Hey everybody, we're going to entitle this little chestnut, Queering Christianity. Jesus is a drama king, and we are the drama queens, says David Bennett. I quote here directly from a keynote he did at Revoice 24 last July. He's also the author of the upcoming Queering the Queer. Becky identified as queer in high school. She felt excluded from the binary box, especially by most male peers, and liked smart females as defiant as she was. Queer felt free to her. It didn't limit her desires to one sex and gave space for male or female identifications. In college, after a string of exhausting relationships, she longed for more and found Jesus through a cool evangelical fellowship near campus. There she discovered a pastor who also identified as queer but celibate. He introduced her to a group that followed Revoice, a rainbow Christian network. All good until she noticed that her peers were starting to hook up with each other. Alarmed, she sought help from another elder. Jesus led me out of this drama, she said. Faithful Christian elders should know better than to queer faith, but don't. Maybe it's pastoral exhaustion over another round of gay division. Maybe it's a generation so steeped in rainbow inclusion they can't see beyond it. Right side of history kind of stuff. Regardless, creative orthodoxy is finding an easier way. Baptize sexual diversity by celebrating queerdom while insisting on no gay sex, gay marriage, etc., as long as possible. How one expects chastity from youth congregating around their best queer selves is beyond me. Confused? Ask key thinkers, including Preston Sprinkles, an evangelical, and David Bennett, an Anglican, both UK-educated theologians who unite in defining queer proclivities and identifications as morally neutral, whether born that way or just can't help it. While Sprinkles draws the line at gay lust, Bennett makes a case for same-sex eros. It's complicated. Both urge the rainbow set to adopt an ill-defined celibacy, not chastity, while Bennett goes off the rails by declaring a rainbow prophetism, and I quote, "Live the LGBTQ call. It's time we release the rainbow that comes from the diamond." Again, Revoice 24. Just don't do the dirty deed. This uneasy melding of queerdom and behavioral orthodoxy has become the way forward for many. Sprinkles books are everywhere. Bennett is now in residence at Reality San Francisco and Church of the City, New York, and flagship Vineyard Columbus hosted Revoice 24 last July. These aren't just Protestant liberties. Catholics take note. Spirited Steubenville University now hosts a group for queer-identified celibates led by a former student. My main concerns: queer catch-all language invites confusion. The Catechism speaks of how we become fragmented into multiplicity by sins against chastity. I interpret this to include rainbow identification. Queer culture has no center. Its members cannot coalesce into a meaningful whole. For all Bennett's rap on integration, his queer speak sounds like he's unraveling a little and urging others to do the same. Further, queering limits the cross and kingdom. Jesus always invites us down to the end of ourselves, including a painful examination and surrender of sources of queer inclination. Sprinkles asserts that we cannot ask that level of repentance from same-sex strugglers. Sorry, Preston. Jesus asks for truth in the innermost parts. Psalm 51, verse 6. including our sexuality, of all Christians, all Jesus friends. I speak from experience. My deepest reception of mercy and truth occurs there over and over, as does his profound confirmation of reality in my depths. Becky deserves better than the Broadway of Sprinkles, Bennett, and the like. She didn't become a Christian to be blessed as a person divided between being and action. She follows Jesus to become like him, body, soul, and spirit, a united front. Church, let's not broaden this path. Love better by revealing the one who won't bless or conforming him to our image. Let's allow him to reconcile us to his original design.